Congratulations on being the September Member of the Month.
Thank you. Super excited to be part of the Southlake Chamber.
Well, if you would, tell me a little bit about how did you get into healthcare? What made you follow that?
So I got into healthcare when I was 13 years old. My mom is a nurse here in Dallas at St. Paul Medical Center. And she took me every summer with her to the hospital. I started off as a candy striper, believe it or not. So I had the smock, the pink and white top, and so spent my summers in the hospital volunteering.
So what brought you and Methodist to Southlake?
So Methodist health system has been around for over 95 years. We started in Dallas as our hub, and we've expanded our network throughout DFW. So we have 6 hospitals. So Methodist purchased all the operations here at Methodist Southlake in June of 2021. Since then, we've invested quite a bit into this campus. One of the first things we did was purchase all of the surrounding land around us. So we've got about 30 acres of land. After purchasing all the land, the next thing we did, we started up a cardiac cath lab program. And so we started the cardiac cath lab in August of last year. And since then, we've done about 80 to 85 cardiac caths. We're continuing to expand the services for cardiology for our residents right here in Southlake.
Wow, that's amazing. This is a very impressive ER.
Hey Mark, I'd like to show you our nurses station right here on the corner. So this is kind of where all the action happens as far as taking care of all of our patients. And so this is where we can monitor our patients, all their vital signs, and then also visually in certain of the rooms, we can always keep our eyes on our patients to make sure we're right there for them.
Very remarkable setup. So what makes Methodist stand out?
You know, as one of the only faith-based organizations here in healthcare in DFW, Methodist has our 4 care commitments of taking care of our patients, taking care of each other, taking care of Methodist, and then also taking care of ourselves. And so Methodist brings a different level of care, and we see that in our patient engagement scores. Our ER scores are the 91st percentile. Our inpatient is the 91st percentile as well. And so we're excited to close out our first year under the Methodist name as a top decile performance for patient engagement.
There's some exciting stuff going on here.
Yeah, hey, let me show you our trauma room. This is the place where you don't want to be, but if you come, we got your back.
All right.
And this is the room I was telling you about, Mark.
Oh my.
This is our trauma/resuscitation room. So this room is large enough and fully equipped to take care of the most emergent patients that may come in, whether it be our first responders or if they drive in or walk in on their own. If they're the critical patients, they'll come right here into this room.
This is such a nice asset for this community. So what other investments is Methodist making?
Great question. So the emergency room is one of the investments that we've invested here into Southlake. The ER is opening up from 3 beds to 8 beds, and then in January we'll go to 12 beds. Beyond the actual infrastructure that we've invested, we're also bringing on higher experienced physicians coming into our staff. Our new emergency room physicians are double boarded for pediatrics and internal medicine to take care of adults and pediatric patients. We've got a new ICU group here to take care of our patients, and also a new hospitalist group. So these 3 groups provide a better level of care for our patients and also are a great service to our referring physicians. In addition to our hospital-based physicians, we're also expanding into the area of Southlake. So we've got our first primary care physician, Dr. Mahara, starting in October 31st. So we are super excited to have our first Methodist Medical Group physician on campus. In a few months, we'll also have a cardiology clinic here in the area to service our patients.
There are so many impressive things here. I can only imagine how busy you guys are. Yet I've noticed you still find time to get involved in the community. Tell us about your community involvement a little bit.
And so we're getting involved in the community in various ways. So whether it be being the main sponsor at Oktoberfest, or being a sponsor at Somos, or Diwali Festival, whatever it is going on in the community, we want to be partners with it. We want folks to think of Southlake and healthcare, it's Methodist Southlake. We want to be those partners for all of our community members.